What's going on, everybody? We are back. Thank you for tuning in to the NBA report on NBK. You see it. It's playoff edition, John. We are here. We are rocking. There's a lot of good stuff happening. There's crazy, it's a crazy time. We got the NFL draft happening tonight. You see it. You see it.
Yeah, buddy.
Don't let it fool you, baby.
You already know I got my my little screen going on in front of me, so making sure I just see it pop up. Who the Giants are going to grab. With their first round pick. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the New York Giants, man, putting together a really nice squad. Really excited for what they're doing this year and hope they draft some really good players to go along with them. And also, shout out to the other New York team, New York Jets. I mean, they got Aaron Rodgers. They're looking to do some things this year too. So this should be it's a great time for New York sports in general. I know this is the NBA report, so we're talking about, everything. And so some people may not be chilling in New York, but New York is rocking right now. I'm just saying.
Yeah. and to be honest, we just plan to skim over the top of every game, right? Just to give everybody an update on what's going on if you haven't already heard on ESPN. So we'll do that to start the day off, to start this program off, and then we'll shift over to the Knicks and what we feel like is going to happen in that matchup.
Yeah, definitely. We got a lot to cover in a short amount of time. Right. So that being said, shout out to the chat. Jack City, East Blue Drew, Angel Torres, Jiggerman Porto are in the building in the chat. I know there's other people watching that may not be in the chat. Thank you guys for tuning in. So let's get it cracking. Okay, first off, guys, this NBA playoffs has been very unpredictable. A lot of weird stuff has happened, but you know what? The last 2 years have been an indication that we just don't know what to expect anymore. You never know. So, yeah. Let's see if we can get this up so you guys can see what we're talking about right now. Share this with you guys. Okay. So let's see. Put that up there. Boom. All right. Get this out of there. Okay. And I'll try to make it a little bigger. I mean, listen, I know one thing. I've gone to 4 or 5 different sites, and nobody's playoff bracket is that easy to look at. I guess maybe because it's just too much going on, but it's like, ugh, boy.
Right.
All right. So, guys, right now. Oh, and you know what? Before we even look at the bracket, let me just tell you guys what's going on today. So, if you're not aware, you know who's playing today. So in tonight's battles, you got the Boston Celtics versus the Atlanta Hawks at 8:30.
Right. And who's leading? That's 3-2 right now.
That's 3-2. Boston is up. They remain in front after that heartbreaking loss by Trey's big 3 in the last game, but they're up 3-2.
They're up 3-2 and they're going home, right? So today's game is at home.
No, it's in Atlanta.
It's away. All right, so they lost the thriller was in Boston. So that's
in Boston. Yeah, that's a tough one.
That's a tough one to lose.
Yeah. Yes, it is. So that's the only game that's going on today. It looks like tomorrow Sacramento plays Golden State. Golden State's up 3-2 in that one. Boy, I'll tell you, man, what a difference a couple games make. Yeah. Sacramento was up 2-0.
And Curry was trying to give that one away, right? He did the sort of C-Web move.
Yeah, man.
That was interesting.
Yeah. It's wild, man. It's wild. And then also tomorrow night is the Lakers
Lakers
versus
Grizz.
Memphis. The Lakers are up 3-2 in that one. That one is going to be interesting as well because I think this actually these battles are all interesting. The only one that I'm not really concerned about is tonight's battle between Boston and Atlanta. I think Boston should wrap this up, guys. But
Right.
anything can happen. But I think Boston should wrap this up. Now, the Sacramento Golden State, I still think Sac might have another win in them, and who knows what happens in Game 7. And the
Right.
same thing with the Lakers and Memphis. Memphis, like if they play their style of basketball, they can definitely force a Game 7, and you don't know what can happen. What do you
Oh
think,
yeah,
John?
absolutely. No, I would agree with you. I'm just hoping to see it. The outcome's different. I really want every team to close out today. That's what I'm
Hmm.
hoping for. I'm hoping that the Warriors can close out when they get a shot, and I'm hoping that the Celtics close out tonight. I'm hoping that the Lakers can close out the Grizzlies and and then that way we can settle in on the second round of the playoffs, knowing who's battling who. That way we can have a legitimacy inside the second round. Um, yeah, I really want to wrap those up, man. To be honest, I want to see the Warriors move on against the Lakers. I'm not too fond of the way the Grizzlies play. Um, and just for legacy's sake, I'm looking for the Lakers to come out on top there. Um, but yeah, those are my picks right now. So that's what I'm looking forward to seeing. I want to see a matchup of the 76ers versus the Celtics, which is huge for me. Lakers, Warriors, Suns, Nuggets, Knicks, Heat. That looks like a great sort of like second round bracket to me. So we'll see. There
Yeah,
is a
I mean,
95% chance, right? That most of the teams that are, have 3 games won will, finish it out and get the last one.
yeah,
So
it's true. It's not easy to come back from 3 games to 1. We've seen it happen in the past, though, but it's not easy to do it. So,
right.
yeah, I mean, listen, we'll see what happens, but most likely, I think Golden State will wrap it up. I think the only one, listen, I know the Lakers are
Lakers.
strong now. They got themselves a little bit of a bench, but I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Memphis puts a little run in that, and they make it out of that series. I just wouldn't be surprised, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. So, just a quick little recap of what took place yesterday, because yesterday was a wild one, man. Pivotal games, pivotal games. Um, there was 3 games that happened yesterday. One was the Golden State Warriors versus Sacramento. Golden State wound up, winning that game 123-116 behind the play of Steph Curry. He had 31 and 8, and just did what he does. But the interesting thing about Golden State is that Seth Curry gave them 31. Wiggins
Steph.
gave them 20. I keep saying Seth. Why do I saying that? I don't
I'm
know.
not sure. You
Steph
still
Curry
want them
gave
in the
them
playoffs.
31. Yeah,
They got
maybe.
bounced out early.
Uh, yeah. A nice little sweeperoni. Klay Thompson had 25. Draymond Green had 21 and 7.
Right.
And
So
Wiggins
that
had 20,
Draymond
I
get off.
mentioned, but the interesting thing too is Kevon Looney had 22 rebounds and 7 assists. So
Yeah.
yeah, as I counted Golden State out, but listen, they got some stuff happening over there. So
And you know what it is too with a team like that? They sort of learn on the spot. They sort of can digest the team, figure them out, game plan for the team that they're playing against, especially in a long series like this. So, and they got
mhm,
great shooting around them, so they could really match up well with most teams because they're athletic, they got good veteran presence, and they're skillful, and that's going to take them a long
right.
way. And if they get hot, you know how that looks.
Definitely. They're dangerous. That's a scary team, man. You got to watch
Yeah.
them. And then for Sacramento, Sabonis had 21 and 10. De'Aaron Fox had 24, 7 and 9, almost a triple dub. And then Malik Monk had 21 and 5. And that
They
that's
played a good
kind of like
game.
the Yeah, no, and their guys played well. They had 6 guys in double figures. It's just
Yeah.
they scored 116 points, but Golden State just had a
A
little
little
bit
bit more
more.
punch. Yep.
Yeah. So that was that game, and basically puts Sacramento on the brink of elimination, and then you get to the Lakers, who lost to the Memphis Grizzlies 116-99. In this game, Anthony Davis had 31 and 19. LeBron had 15, 10, and 5.
Right.
Uncharacteristically bad shooting night for LeBron. He was 5 of 17 from the field, 1 of 9 from 3. So that
Yeah.
probably is a big difference into why they couldn't get the victory.
Right.
And then the new darling of the NBA, Mr.
Reeves.
Austin Reeves had
Austin Reeves.
17, 8, and 6. That kid can ball.
Yeah.
Like his
You
game.
know
I
what
like his game.
I noticed that the Lakers were a bit lethargic on the defensive side. You know what I mean? Like they weren't really putting in that much of an effort. They were sort of going through the motions, running to their spots, but not really, being aggressive. Not pushing up aggressively on any of the Grizzly players. You see, Ja was able to do a lot of what he likes to do. No one was really putting him on the floor. No one was, sort of getting in his way. Just allowing him to. He was just allowed to dictate how he wanted to dictate. But I expect that to shift in their next game. I think they're going to come out with more intensity. I think LeBron's going to know it's time to end these guys, really come out and just just be the player that he's always been, prime time, a guy who can step up in pressure situations and just carry a team. And I think with him and Anthony Davis, I think both of them have the capabilities of doing that. And I think they're going to lead by example. And I think they're going to step it up defensively. And I expect Achimura to play really strong in this next game defensively, just holding down his position. And we'll see. And D'Lo, I expect him to hit big shots. So we'll see.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that. And on the Memphis side in that game, Jaren Jackson Jr.
He's the
probably
problem.
did they give the defensive player of the year award out? I
Yeah,
thought
yeah,
they did all the
he got it.
awards.
He won
He
it.
got
Yeah.
it, exactly.
Yeah, he got
So
it.
he was the front runner, and he's had an incredible season. In
Right.
this game, he had 18 points, 10 rebounds, 2 blocks. But
Mhm.
he's a hell of a defensive player, big presence.
Right.
And then you got Ja Morant, who had 31, 10, and 7,
Mhm.
and Desmond Bain had
Desmond Bain played
33,
well.
10, and 5.
That's what I mean.
Yo.
Like some of the Ja was getting to his spots and not getting moved around. They weren't forcing him to pass the ball up. And the same goes for Desmond Bain. He was coming around picks with open opportunities to shoot. And you can't do that with a guy like that because if the hand isn't in his face, he just gets hot. He'll start hitting 1, 2, 3 in a row. And then it gets even harder to defend him because now he has momentum. He'll end up having a bounce to this step, and then he'll start driving to the basket. So you want to cut all of that out, and you want to start early. You want to maximize on the defensive end early against a team like the Grizzlies, and then get out on a fast break and score some easy buckets.
Very true. Very true. And right before we get to the next game that took place last night, have you noticed, is it just me, or ever since Dylan Brooks put on a little weight and became this enforcer and this really terrible guy around the league, as an offensive player, he's not that,
He's not bad.
effective anymore. No, but he's not.
Never been bad.
Like, there was moments that the dude would drop 20 something, he had a couple
right.
30 games, but he's
I
he's not that guy anymore. It's interesting.
No. I never really seen him that way though. I always seen him as a role player who can knock down some shots when open. But I never really seen him.
I think, you know what? Coming into this year, I think he averaged like 19 points per game, something like that.
Did he? Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised by that.
Yeah, I got to check it out real quick because
that's surprising.
Yeah, he was pretty talented offensively. Like, the guy could knock down the open shot. Like, you had to watch him.
You talk a big game, you got to step it up.
Okay, so this year this year I was a little off. He's averaging 14.3. Last year he averaged 18.
Okay. I mean,
and then
18 is
and then
way
the
more
year
than
before.
14.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Then the year before that, he averaged 17. The year before that, he averaged 16. So yeah, I
So
thought
he's
he could
around
he
there.
could add a little scoring punch. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Last
Something's
year
kind of
seems to be
changed a
his
little bit.
best year, but he may just be more inconsistent. And maybe a part is partly his role on the team too. When you got a
Yeah,
full
could be,
team,
could be.
they're leaning a lot more on Jaren Jackson too this year than they were in years past. So that could be the case. He's getting a lot
Very
more
true.
touches.
So
He sort of plays the Bam role for that team, right? Bam Adebayo role,
yeah, yeah,
but better
yeah,
defense.
yeah. That's true too. And you know that. Well, we'll get into that. We'll have plenty of time to talk about that. But yeah, you're right.
Right.
Because Bam used to be, to me, a little bit more defensively sound. He's still good defensively, but not the way he used to be. Now he's a little bit more offensive. So
Yeah,
it's interesting with him. He's still good though.
yeah, solid
Um,
play.
if I told you that Drew Holiday had 16, 9, and 6,
Yep.
Brooke Lopez had 18, 10, 18 and 10, and then Middleton, who's Mr. Quiet, where is his game? Had 33, 6, and 6. And Giannis Antetokounmpo had 38, 20 rebounds, and 3 assists, and the Bucks lost.
Yeah, you think they win
Woo.
that game, right?
Yeah,
They
you
they,
would think so.
they should have won that game. When we talk about the
Mhm.
inconsistency down the stretch by Drew and Giannis,
Mm.
mental
Mhm.
mistakes cost them that game. You know what I mean? Not to mention, who was that defending on that inbound play? Was it Grayson Allen or was it Ingles?
I
I couldn't tell.
I don't want to say the wrong thing because in my head
Yeah,
I'm seeing Grayson Allen, but I'm
okay.
not sure now. Yeah,
Well,
I'm not sure now.
either way, I would be livid, right? If I was them, right? And I'll be even more livid that they didn't even look at the play, right? They didn't even like review the play to see there was a obvious foul on Jimmy Butler. You know what I mean? So if I was the
Mhm.
coach, I would be all over that. But for whatever reason, they weren't, and they allowed it to go to overtime. And Jimmy was Jimmy, man. That entire fourth quarter, the entire game, he was doing his thing. Butler was going off. He had control of his game. He had control of over the Bucks on the offensive end, and he took advantage of his mismatch when he had it. And Bam played a really really good game. So did what's that guard that he came out to play too. Love, all of them really, because Love had decent scoring from the perimeter. Their guard play was solid.
Yeah, you're talking about Gabe Vincent.
Gabe Vincent, yeah. Gabe played well. Um, and then Lowry hit some big shots too, kept them kept them close. So it was a great team effort. It was a great game to watch. Unfortunately, we were in the mix of, you know, uh, SKF at the time, right?
Yep.
And then so we didn't get to catch it, fully. But overall, it was a really good game. Um, I took
Yeah.
the chance to see some highlights.
No, that's what I was trying to do earlier as well. When I had some downtime, I was taking a look at what was taking place, and that
Right.
that that Jimmy Butler play was definitely a foul.
Oh
So,
yeah,
like, all
without
right.
question, without question. But that still wasn't the end all be all, right? There were moments in the game where
True.
they were up. They were up, I think, 16 in the fourth quarter, and they allowed for the Heat to slowly but surely come back. You know what I mean? And then they missed, instead of going into the post and feeding the post, because they obviously could dominate there. They decided to shoot a lot more perimeter shots, and they missed some open shots. And it wasn't really like the Heat clamped down. It was more like they just couldn't hit open shots. And Giannis was terrible from the field, right? Like shooting wise, he wasn't strong. Everything that he scored was legit at the paint. He was terrible on the free throw line, and that'll cost you. That'll cost you down the stretch.
Yes, it will.
Gotta hit
Yes,
free
it will.
throws.
Gotta hit your free throws. You learn that from day one.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was just like Miami showed the will to succeed and never say die attitude in this game. Milwaukee tried to play a game that could get them the victory. However, they really got tight in that fourth quarter and they let it slip away. And Miami kept chipping away. And it's almost like it's like you're down and you're facing elimination and the pressure got to them, which is weird because Milwaukee's a former championship team. So
Mhm.
you would think that they know how to handle pressure. And most of those guys have been there before. It's not like they're a brand new team. So it
Right.
was kind of surprising to see. I'm a little surprised because their defensive intensity, the way they let Miami get back into it was, I mean, they
Yeah.
and Miami did it like with chipping away, like throwing passes over the top, getting
Yeah.
somebody in the paint area and just taking a quick shot. And they kept doing it. I'm like, at some
Right.
point, you better stop this. But
Right. And they
whatever.
exploited mismatches, right? Like they exploited the
Yeah.
fact that Bam was being guarded by Brook Lopez and Brooks being slow footed. He had to play him out in the perimeter, but allowed for opportunities for, open cuts to the basket. Bam was able to pass out without any defensive presence, like in front of him, like no one pushing up on him. So he had the ability to just look wherever he wanted to go and decide whether he was going to shoot it or pass it. In these games, you got to force the offensive player to do what you want them to do. And that wasn't the case for
Hmm.
Milwaukee. Not to mention, I mean, we think about it, this entire series was weird because Giannis gets hurt in the very first game, only plays like what, a quarter and a half, maybe. And
Hmm.
then the Heat take advantage of that because now the Bucks are looking like who's going to hold us down. And Middleton did not have a good game. And so they took advantage of that and they came prepared and they won. They took game one, right? Then you get Giannis in game, I believe he came back in game two, right? And then got hurt. Or no, he missed game two. It was
He
something like
missed
that.
game two.
Yeah, he missed complete
Oddly
game
enough, he missed game two and Milwaukee still won.
right. And Milwaukee wins. And then when he gets back, they lose. It's almost like they lost confidence, and maybe a part of that was Giannis's injury. Maybe he was still dragging his feet defensively. I couldn't tell you. But
I don't know,
offensively,
dude.
it didn't affect his game offensively because he pretty much put triple doubles up. He was engaged on the offensive side. I would say defensively, he may have not had what he needed to be his normal self defensively. Because that
That could be
speed,
it because he was carrying a heavy load offensively. Could be.
right, right.
Could be.
But
Could be.
either way, you got to give credit to what credit is due. The Heat came prepared, they knocked them out, and now we got the matchup that we want.
Yeah. 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 That's what took place, guys. That's what happened, man. Really, really good stuff in these playoffs so far. And shout out to the Miami Heat for knocking off the number one seed in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah,
It's a wild story, man. But Bam Adebayo and Gabe Vincent played solid games. Kevin Love, I know Cleveland's got to be kicking themselves because it's one thing to trade players for Donovan Mitchell. Okay, it is what it is. You got Donovan Mitchell, but they
right.
let Kevin Love go, and Kevin Love
Oh, yeah.
dropped 15 and 12 from Miami. Like you gotta, oof,
Yeah.
yeesh.
It's
Yeah,
tough.
I don't know, bro.
Listen,
Yeah.
sometimes you need to know your role, and and when teams want to go get young, they make mistakes like that, and that's okay because you have to learn by experience. You can't always keep a player like that forever. You know what I mean? At some point, you got to move on from players. You got to get younger. Franchises got to get younger, um, and it's just a part of the deal when you run an NBA team. Sometimes it
Very
doesn't.
true.
Sometimes it doesn't. Land in your favor.
Yeah. So there's one more game that happened,
Can
last
can
night,
we
and we'll.
can we gloss over the other matchups after this one?
Oh well, there's no other matchups to talk about.
Oh well,
This matchup. Yeah, yeah. No, this is our matchup. This
just
is
no,
it.
just meaning like we all expected the Nuggets to get past the Timberwolves and the Suns to get
Oh
past
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
Clippers.
There's no. There's nothing.
That's
There's nothing to talk about. There's nothing to talk about there. Nuggets
especially with
wrap that up.
injuries, right?
Yeah, Nuggets wrap that up. They're waiting. They were waiting in the wings for their opponent. The Suns wrap their opponent up, and so now to kick off round two will be the Nuggets
That's
versus the
right,
Suns, which is going to be a great battle. It's going to
right.
be great. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that. That's going to be pretty exciting. And one, we get to see how good these Phoenix Suns are, if they have enough chemistry to really withstand what's happening in the playoffs and go forward.
Correct.
And two, we get to see if the Nuggets have really taken a step forward, because the Nuggets surprised a lot of people this year by jumping into that number one spot and kind of
Mhm.
holding it down for a while. They lost it a little bit, but they played great all year. So we got to
Right.
see if the Nuggets are still that type of team.
And
Now
they
that they're in the
haven't been this
playoffs.
healthy since the bubble, right? They haven't been this healthy since the bubble. So
Correct.
expect to see
Correct.
Murray and Porter. Is Porter Jr. still on? I haven't really paid attention.
Yeah. No,
He's still
he
playing.
is.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
they're kind of like fully health at good health. So and the 76ers are
So,
waiting in the wings, right? We expected that
and
too.
and the 76ers are there, and I got to tell you, that's just a team to really watch, because
Oh
they've
yeah,
had a lot of time just to rest up. They're all healthy. They can really game plan and strategize for the next opponent. The 76ers are always right there, but never get over the hump. And you never know. This year could be that year for them too. Like, the pathway is open up for a lot of teams to make a run. So
yep, absolutely.
we'll see. We'll see. All right, guys. So let me give a quick shout out to the chat, and then we'll get into the Knicks Cleveland game, and then go into the next matchup
Let's
that the
let's do
Knicks
the
have in
reverse.
store.
We didn't talk Celtics Hawks yet.
Oh, well, yeah, because they didn't play.
Right.
But
But
yeah,
there was
I
ice
get. Well, you
cold,
know what?
right?
Yeah, like
What do you think is
it's
happening? What's
weird
going to
because
happen tonight? What do you feel? Think
I
Celtics
honestly,
close?
I think the Celtics close. I think, yeah, I think they wrap it up. I think the ice
Trey,
Trey or Rayford,
Austin, Rayford.
whatever his name is, was a wake up call for them. Not just like, because I don't think the Boston is worried about Atlanta, but I do think that like, oh, listen, we play around, anything can happen. So
Right,
let's not play around. Let's get this done. So I
right.
think Boston is going to take care of business. And get and move on from this series. I'm just not that confident in what Atlanta's team looks like this year. I felt I was more impressed by Atlanta's team in the past. This year, not so much. But they made it into the playoffs, and they have a team that can win some games. I just don't think they can advance past Boston right now.
Right. Yeah, I would agree with
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Um, So shout out to the chat. West Coast Knicks in the building. Faster Blade. Jay Boogie is here. Salute to you, my brother. Good to
Salute
see you as
everyone.
always. Chris Woolard is in the building. What's going on, Chris? Um, and then I think we got a couple other people. Ola Sumba is in the building. The Public Enemy #1. Worldwide L, what's going on? For the love of the game, fam is in the building. Shout out to you guys. Sean Newman is here. All right. So that brings us to the matchup that a lot of us over here were highly anticipating. We wanted the Knicks to go out there and do the damn thing and take this
Before
game
we go
serious.
there, before they go there, let's go to the two shot. Let's go to the two shot. We really got to dive in.
Yeah,
We really
yeah,
got to
yeah.
dive
We
in.
don't need to see this no more. You're right about that.
Let's let's go right
There
in.
we go.
There we go. Front and
Um,
center.
so John, I can't tell you how excited I am about what took place in this game. Like, I never expected a Nick team, and at least these past Nick teams, to come
Right?
out with such like business. Like, they were about business. They said
Yeah.
game 5, you know what? We can take these guys up out of here. They played, and we mentioned this, and we talked about this, on MBK last night. Like, they came out like they were desperate to win the game, like they were down 3-1 or
Right.
something. Like, it was great to watch, bro. I don't know. What was your thoughts on how they played?
I think very professionally, they came out ready to go. They were popping on all cylinders. Everyone was prepared for this matchup. They knew they had to get this game over with. They didn't want to play around with these Cavs. They understood um, sort of they understood the gravity of the moment. You know what I mean? And when you do that, when you understand the gravity of a moment, you come prepared and you come ready to go. I mean, 1 through 10, even bench players. I even closed 1 through 15. They were all prepared. Anyone on that bench was prepared to come in and do their part. And that was fitting, because when you look at Grimes not being there, you look at, the way Julius has played his last few games, and we talked about it now, still Knicks fans, what I was saying, like, I expect Julius to come prepared and ready to go and be himself. And he was, until the injury, right? He was right there. He was really knocking on the door of, having a 20-plus game. And he was bullying. He was basically doing exactly what I was hoping for. Get down in the post, bully, get some rebounds, get some putbacks in, you know what I mean? And just be a force. And then work your way out, which he also did, It was scary. It was like the first shot of the game. At first, I was like, oh, no, he's going to start chucking him up, because he shot that 1 3-pointer off the strength of just getting one up there, and he banked it off the backboard, hit no rim. For me, I was like, uh-oh, let's not have that Julius come out. But he came out ready, prepared. JB was ready to go, put everybody, really their minds in focus. RJ Barrett was solid, doing what he's been doing the last few games. He really figured it out against that defensive scheme. I'm hoping that he could figure it out this quickly against Miami when we face them. But overall, talented win. You know what I mean? A pro game. Couldn't ask for a better outcome.
I agree. It was definitely really good to see. Really happy with the way RJ stepped up in the last 3 games of the series. It was nice to see quickly get going last night. It was good to see Obi continue to play sound basketball. Obi's thing was he had 12 points, right? But the fact that he had 11 points in the third quarter, right?
Mhm.
And also, what was really important and pivotal about this is that we knew Julius got hurt at the end of the first half, and we knew Obi was going to have to start coming out the gate in the second half, and just hoping that he could bring something to them and they don't miss a beat. And that's exactly what happened. So
Right.
yeah, it was really. I mean, I'm very surprised, man. I know these guys had it in them. We've just never got to see them play with this level of intensity and grit and urgency.
Right.
Urgency is key. And I think that is where the addition of Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart being on this team is so important. These guys bring that out of because that's how they approach it. Like, Josh Hart is a funny guy, bro. I like his personality so much outside of the game. But when he's on that court, he is all business. He ain't playing around.
Yeah.
And then we already know Miss Jalen Brunson is Mr. Stoic. So,
Right. And I mean, the great thing about the way Josh plays, he's not concerned with scoring. He knows he could score if necessary, but his concern is never scoring. It's about playing team offense and defense. It's about getting to the 50-50 ball. It's about being a dog defensively, giving it all he got. You know what I mean? And whether he gets, washed by a player like a Donovan Mitchell or someone who's an elite scorer, he's fine with it. He's not taking it in the chin. He's like, yo, you'll get what you get, but I ain't going to make it easy on you. You know what I mean? And that's the key. That's the key, that intensity. And I love that type of play, because we said it before. It's contagious. And you can see it from the youngsters. You can see it from Quick. You can see it from RJ playing hard, on the defensive side. Mitchell Robinson was a monster yesterday. Gotta love that. So, yeah, all in all, man, we have a really, really solid team, presently surprised. And as a matter of fact, they have over exceeded my expectations for this season. And with that, anything further for me is icing on the cake. I'm good. I'm good. I'm Gucci. If they lose 4 straight, if they get washed by whoever they face, by the Heat, so be it. In my opinion, I don't expect that to happen. I don't see that outcome happening. As a matter of fact, I think the Knicks could sweep in this series. I think the Knicks could come out and sweep this series. That's how I feel. That's how confident I am. I'm jumping off the ledge. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, buddy. That's
Sweepy,
what I'm talking about.
You feeling kind of sweepy, John?
I'm ready to buy my broom now. A blue and orange broom. For real.
Okay. All right.
But
All
that's
right.
how excited I am for this series to pop off because I think the Knicks got the matchup. I think they own this matchup. And I understand that we're going to be missing Randall, and I get that. And I think he's a vital piece to our moving forward. But if he's not there, I still have ultimate confidence that Obi Toppin will bring something that they aren't ready for. Just getting out in the fast break, they don't have anyone who can match up with him with his quickness. And if they're going to have to shift personnel, they're going to have to put someone like a Martin on him, you know what I mean, to keep up with him. And he's going to be too strong. You know what I'm saying? So I really see us taking advantage of his quickness, even if Randall doesn't play. I really want to see them get out in the fast break like they were. Josh Hart rebounding, pushing it out. You know, the Hart foundations in general, right? Hartenstein as well, pushing it out, getting out into fast breaks and getting easy buckets. That's what I'm hoping to see. You know, don't slow down the pace because that leans to Miami's favor if you slow down the pace. You got to get out there and run. You know what I mean? Put the pressure on them on the defensive side, especially Jimmy Butler, because you get him in foul trouble, they're done. You get Jimmy in foul trouble, they're done. They got no one else who can carry that team. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I'm looking for a sweep, baby.
Wow. Okay. Well, I think like the Knicks better just come out and do whatever they did that was working against them during the season.
Yeah,
But, you know, this is the playoffs. So a combination of that and of how you went into playing the Cavs and the aggressiveness and the style of play, because I think that is conducive to winning against the Heat as well. I think the
for sure.
matchups are very similar. The Heat, the only difference I will say is the Heat are a better 3-point shooting team, right?
Right.
Even though they struggled a lot in the season, but lately they've been knocking it down. But the other thing is like they do have that Kevin Love factor. You know, that
Right.
tall guy that can stretch the floor and bring Mitch or Hartenstein out of that paint area. So that's going to be
Right.
interesting. We got to see how
That's why
the Knicks
that's
come
that's
back.
exactly what I'm saying. If Obi's starting, Love is starting across him. There's a matchup problem right there. They're gonna put Jimmy on him. If they put Jimmy on him, then Brunson's gonna go off. You know what I mean? And RJ's been
Mm,
playing well, so you expect him to be aggressive to the basket. You know, and if we get Grimes back, that brings another defensive presence that you know the Heat will have to deal with. You know what I mean? And that means we could put
that's true.
multiple people on, you know, and switch up on, you know, Jimmy and Lowry. You know, we can switch up and match accordingly. You know, so the biggest takeaway for me is if we can win the rebounding game, get out on fast break, and then I think we got them. I think we got them.
That's interesting, John. I like that because I'm so focused on what offensive value they can bring. That's a very good point. If Kevin Love is in their extended minutes or whatever, you
It's a
can put
mismatch.
Obi Toppin out there against them, and then Kevin Love has to try to stay with Obi. That ain't going to be easy for
That
Kevin
ain't
Love.
happen.
That's a
That
very
ain't
good point,
happening.
bro.
That's what I'm
That's a
saying. They're gonna
very
have to
good point.
switch. They're gonna have to put someone slower. You know, maybe put Love to sort of guard RJ in the perimeter to try to, you know what I mean, or maybe move Bam over to face Obi, and then have Love against, Mitch Robinson, and then, I mean, give credit where credit is due. Love has been a fantastic rebounder his entire career, but the way Mitch is playing with that height, there's no way. There's no way he loses that battle on the boards. There's no way. And those are easy lobs because Love can't jump with him.
Yeah, that's very true. Very
You know
true.
what I mean?
I like that. I like that. It's a good point. And it should be really interesting to see how these two teams kind of play the little chess match of
Yeah.
what to do against each other and how to make adjustments after they've both shown their hands. Um,
Right.
I'm really excited to see what they do, and I think that this will be a great proving ground for guys like Obi,
Oh yeah.
quickly. And the good thing
RJ.
is, it's almost like it's like you've been playing without a player. It doesn't seem that way, but really, it's true because we still got another player that hasn't really had a chance to get their game going, and we've been without him a couple games, and that's Quentin Grimes. So we're going
Yeah.
to get Quentin Grimes back at some point in this series, and
Right.
so that's going to be helpful too. That's another defender and a possible offensive threat. So,
Right.
yeah, I think the Knicks are in a really good shape, even if Julius can't play in the whole series. I still think the Knicks can beat Miami with who they got without
Right.
Julius. because I just like the matchups that we provide them. A different team, maybe not so much, but Miami, I think we match up well against them. So yeah,
Where we
this is
going?
going to be
Where we going?
very
What,
interesting.
what's your take on that, on the series? What's your what are you saying? What are you thinking? How many games?
It's right there. You see it?
Nah, I don't see it.
What? It don't show
I'm,
up? Oh,
I'm not on the chat.
oh, the Knicks in 6.
Knicks in 6. Okay.
The Knicks in 6. Now, don't get me wrong. I would be very happy if they swept, or if it turns out to be Knicks in 5.
Right.
I'm okay with that too. I just
You know,
feel like
that's what I was thinking that
realistic.
I was thinking that maybe 2 games ago. But the way the Knicks have played these last 2 games, keeping teams under 100 and really getting out there, showing what they could do defensively, getting back to their guys on the 3-point line, contesting every shot, rebounding as a team, getting on fast breaks. I see a sweep, bro. I see a sweep. Let's go.
Well,
hit me with tomatoes
listen,
if you want. I don't care.
I love the optimism. The only
Let's
two
go.
things that concern me is I think the Heat have more heart than Cleveland. I think Cleveland lacked a lot of heart out there. I think these guys, Allen and Mobley just being young and inexperienced, and
Same
not
thing with
having
Garland.
the size.
The same thing with Garland. They're all inexperienced players. The majority of them
And
been
Garland,
in the playoffs.
I think Garland is just inexperienced with those guys, but heart is what I just didn't see, that fight, that like we're not gonna back down from nothing. I didn't see that from them.
But you
Miami,
gain that.
That's ingrained in them, right?
Yeah, but you gain that with experience, bro. You gain
right,
that with experience,
but
because
Miami's got that experience already.
Butler's first year, did you see that his first year? Nah, he barely played.
No,
you know what I mean. So you gain that with experience.
No, but I'm only comparing. I'm comparing what they are right now. The Cavs are out of here. I could care less about them.
Yeah.
Like going forward, they'll probably get there.
They'll get better.
But Miami already has that. Miami's got that already.
There's not enough heart that's going to stop what we got coming. I'm telling you, because not only do we have the experience right now, we got the right players in the right situation, all confident right now, and there's heart. There's not only one heart. There's 2 hearts. There's the Heart Foundation. We got this, bro.
Okay,
we got this.
That's fine. There's one. I said there was 2 things. The second thing. The second thing that I'm worried about, which is something that plagued the Knicks throughout the season, but they've done a really good job towards the end of the regular season and in these playoffs avoiding it. But against a really crafty, in some points sketchy team like Miami,
right?
Foul trouble. Mm-hmm. The Knicks are great if they can be out there playing, but if you get Big Mitch in foul trouble, if you get Ihart in foul trouble, we turn into a different team. So that's all I'm worried about. If we can stay out of foul trouble, I'm good.
I got a button for you. I'm gonna press it right now. Boo!
You want this one?
Yeah. Yes, sir. No, man. Get out of here. Get out of here. This is my time to be optimistic, bro. Come on, man.
So you trying to say that wasn't that you didn't like that answer, huh?
Bro, we overachieved. It's time to let it go. Enough with that analogy and being analytic about everything. We got to move forward with riding with this squad, bro. Let's go. New York Knicks in 4. Let's go. I'm telling you, it's a sweep. It's a sweep. If we win the first one, I'm going to buy your broom first. If we get the first one, I'm buying your broom first, my brother.
I wish I could. I wish this was Know the Ledge so I could play the jumping out the window part, because this John is way out this window.
I'm not saying we're gonna win a championship. I'm saying we're sweeping the Miami Heat.
I mean, sweeping Miami is that's a statement.
That's our championship. Let's go. Let's go.
Well, all right, man. Listen, I'm like,
let's bring it back. Let's bring it back to the 90s, baby. That's what I want to see. 90s intensity. Right. Let's go.
John is bought in. He's like, this is us. We are ready. We are here. I'm like, I'm there, but he's there.
I'm already there. Listen, we won. I won. I'm good. I won. Knicks are good. Nobody gonna tell me any different. Listen, silence. We good. You know what I'm saying? Anyone come on me? Oh, the Knicks silence. That's what I'm hitting them with. The silence. I want to hear it. I'm straight optimistic
I'm
all the way
loving
through
this.
this
Is
rest
great.
of the playoffs. I'm not hearing it. You want to hear? Oh, okay, silence. Let's go. Move on.
I can see this is why John wanted to get through all that other stuff early. Like, let's get to the
Facts.
Knicks part because this
Let's
is what
get to the
I
Knicks.
see. Now I
I've
see.
been
I
hyped
see
to
why
talk
you wanted to
about
get
it.
here. Hey, man. Knick fans out there, this is what it's all about, man. We a happy bunch of people. This is well deserved. We waited for a long time just to see our Knicks get this good to be in this position. So yeah,
Let's
man,
go. Let's
have
clap it
fun
up. Let's
with it.
clap it up. Let's clap
Let's
it up. I
go.
think you got the claps. You got the claps, right?
Oh
Let's clap
man,
it up
look,
for
look,
that.
look, John
Let's
is
clap it up.
on one, bro.
Let's go. Yeah.
He is ready, folks. John said, "Listen, can't tell me nothing." Huh? He's like, "Nope, can't
Facts.
tell me nothing."
Yes, sir. I'm
You
telling you,
gotta love it, man.
I get people texting me about I don't want to hear nothing come Sunday. I'm putting my ringer off. I don't want to hear nothing. I'm watching the game. Come the fourth quarter. We get that first win. I'm buying you the first broom, bro. Let's go.
All right. Hey, okay, so yeah, all right. I'm gonna change this around real quick because that's what you got going on up there. No problemo. I got you. I see what you're doing here. Shout out to the chat once again. I see Endgame in the building. Dawn Marie is here. Med is in the building. Hector Gaston. Wonder Woman's here. Travel Vibes is in the building. Wonder Woman loves your enthusiasm, John.
That's right. That's right. We got to.
And Dawn Marie says the 3-point line needs to be protected. I agree. The one thing that I was worried about with these Knicks is they give up way too many threes. They don't close out well enough at the 3-point line. However, in these playoffs, at least against the Cavaliers, they've been doing much better at that. So, hey, listen, I don't know, man.
That was in
Look,
the past,
I
my
will
brother.
say this. I will say this.
Right.
If you are worried about the Knicks defense, we can point to this. Who's the number one team in defensive rating in the playoffs right now? The New York Knicks. Okay, so all right.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I don't have a picture, but I got this. One more time for the Knicks. Number one defensive rating in the NBA playoffs, folks.
Yeah, man. As a matter of fact, I'm looking at rooms right now. Yo, what color you want? You want the orange or the blue? Which one you want? I'm about to get it pre-ordered. I'm gonna have it ready. You want the orange or the blue? Which one you want?
Man, yeah, I listen. I've seen John.
If we win game one, if we win game one, what color do you want? That's what we talk about.
Yeah, you are on one. I love it. I love it. Shout out to DJ Space Ghost in the building. Salute. John's like, wins game one. He wants the first round of playoffs over with. Let's get it going. Let's get it
all day at work. All day at work. I'm waiting for it to be over. If I could be on to the next day until Sunday gets here. I'm telling you. Everybody's like, oh yeah. I'm like, I don't want. Listen, let's finish up. Let's go.
Wow.
I'm waiting for Sunday. I'm telling you. I'm hyped. And don't let me play softball in the morning. Don't let me get a softball game in the morning. I'm gonna be really crazy. I'm telling you.
Oh man. Hey, listen, I like it. I love this. This is great. This is great witnessing what I'm hearing here. So this is for some clarity, guys. This is what we're dealing with here. Ron says, Knicks in 6. John says,
wait for it. Boo.
John says he's getting sweepy. That's what he says. That's what John says. He's
not
getting
sleepy.
Sweepy, so
getting sweepy. Let's go. Come on, clap it up.
And I didn't even say that right. I put sweeping, and it's sweepy. Hold on, let's get the correction there. Sweepy. There you go.
Let's go.
There we go. John says he's going with the sweep. So, guys, I mean, Knicks fans out there, look, John is your guy right now. He's the Knicks can do no wrong right now, guys.
Start ordering those.
All
Put
right.
those brooms up in the order. Come on, Amazon better lose all the orange and blue brooms they got. Let's go. Let's start ordering them in bunches. Let's go. Let's order as many as we can and just hand them off to people in the street in New York. Let's go.
You know, they better win game one, man. You put a lot of pressure on.
Oh, we win in game one. We get game one. It's over. I'm telling you, we get game one. It's without question.
I like that. Endgame made a very good point. Very good statement.
All right, what we
Knicks
got?
in 6. Knicks have home court in all 7 games.
Okay, I feel you. But we going for the sweep.
Hey.
Let's go. Let's go.
That's
John
it.
says we're going for the sweep. Let's go. We're going for the sweep. Let's go.
Man, yeah. I've never heard you this excited.
Yes.
This is like you know, something. He must have been injected with something, man. I don't know what's going on. This ain't the John I know.
I will wait for the next round to say, yo, we're going 6-7. I'll wait for the next round. This round, we're getting the sweep. It's against Miami. I'm bringing back that same energy we had in the 90s. We sweeping those fools. Sweeping them fools. Let's go. Come on. Let's be in.
Man, this is like breaking news here. John says the Knicks are sweeping Miami.
MBK.
You know, that's it. That's it. That's the declaration that's been made. The gauntlet has been thrown down.
That's it. Listen, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm lying, I'm dying, right? Hey, it is what it is.
You got to go with it. You standing on it. Listen, you're a man of
money
principle.
don't make no money. Let's go.
It's facts. I respect it. I can't believe it, but I respect it.
Yeah, man.
All right. So, I mean, okay. I mean, that's cool. That's cool. So let me ask you this. If you already got the sweeping going on, who do you think is going to be the MVP of the series against Miami then?
I think it's Brunson. I think Brunson takes that. He takes that award.
Okay.
He's Mr. Consistent in my eyes. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So I think he'd be that staple for us, during the sweep. I think he's going to be that catalyst. I think everyone's going to play well. I think we're going to have a little bit from everyone, but I think Jalen Brunson is going to be that guy.
No, I mean that makes sense, man. But listen, he's been that guy for us so far. Why stop now?
Yeah,
I like it. I like the enthusiasm.
Sounds like a sweep, huh? Sounds like a sweep. I see you shifted. It sounds like a sweep.
Man.
Yeah, you want orange or blue? You want orange or blue, brother?
Listen. I'm orange and blue, but I'm more like
the
Knicks
sky's
and 6.
Orange and blue. Where we going with the broom? Come on, the sky's orange and blue.
I know I can expect Jimmy Butler to try to get one, so I'm going Knicks and 6. But I'm hoping 5.
I don't care what Jimmy wants. He ain't getting it.
Wow,
he ain't getting it. That's what I'm saying. He ain't getting it. Let's go. Knicks in 4. Sweep.
You know what's the funny thing? This is a tale of 2 nights, right? Shout out to Illmatic. Salute to you, my brother. Good to see you. Yesterday's show.
I should have been on it. No, let me stop.
You should have. Yesterday's show, the chat was going crazy. We were being very analytic. We were talking about the pros and cons, what the matchups, what to expect. And the chat was like, no, Knicks are going to win. Knicks are going to sweep. Yeah. Knicks, they were all in it. They were with John. Now, tonight's chat, it seems a little bit more diplomatic. It's interesting. It's surprising.
I'm too, it's too much energy over here. I got to bring it down a notch. That's why. You know what I mean? They don't believe in what I'm having to say. They feel like I'm all sharp in it right now. They think I'm like, I'm putting out too much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you out here in these streets, man.
They may not even think I believe it. That's the problem. But I believe it.
I see you believe it. I see you standing on it. All right, I'm with you. I mean, I still think Knicks in 6, but hey, if they sweepy, I'm sweepy. Let's go.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about. But once next week comes, we'll see. We'll see. If I end up getting tomatoes thrown at me, it's fine. It's cool. I've been called worse.
As long as the Knicks win, no tomatoes will be harmed.
No doubt. But listen, at the end of the day, we're gonna take 4 in a row. That's how I feel. I believe it in my gut. I expect to get game 1. We get game 1. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. I'm telling you. It's a wrap.
So here's the thing. So basically, what you're basically trying to tell me is you feel like the Cavaliers are better than Miami.
No, not whatsoever. I just think that the Knicks are prepared enough to
Oh,
withstand what Miami has to throw at them. I think
I
they've
got
seen
you. So,
enough, and they've
got you.
battled without a Tyler Hero, who is a key factor for that team offensively. I don't think anyone in the other on the rest of the team can do what Tyler Hero does. So for
I
me,
got you.
they have to worry about what we bring. And that's what I feel why I feel like we're gonna get this sweep, because
See,
we're gonna move the ball out of Jimmy's hands. What Jimmy has to become in order to win is a rebounding threat. And guess what? We got 2, 3, 4 players on us New York Knicks team that rebound with the best of them. So let's go. Just find the man, box him out. Let's go. Let's get it.
you see, guys, this is
Fast
why
break, baby.
when you're around somebody that says some outlandish stuff, you got to listen to them. What's your rationale? And John gave you his rationale. And you know what? He's made me a believer. Like, he's got my vote. I'm still saying Knicks in 6, but I can see the sweep. He's definitely
But
put
you,
it in my
but
mind.
you got the broom color.
Happening.
You got the broom color. Yeah. You picking orange? So I want blue. I really want blue.
I might go with the orange.
All right,
I think I might go with the orange.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I like this though. All right. Hey, man. Yo, you heard it here, folks. Listen, you ain't catching this on no other Knicks show. John is going out. He's proclaiming a sweep. He's getting real sweepy out here. And you know what? I'm going with them. All right, fine. He's my brother. Sweep. Knicks is sweeping in 4. That's it. You did it, John. I'm with you, bro.
We're going sweeping. Go.
That's it. I wish I had that, but I don't have that.
Come on, man. Hit them up. We gotta get some sound effects, man. Come on.
Yeah. I got this though. Yeah. We're getting sweepy. Let's go. All right. So before we get up out of here, guys, listen, we do this on every NBA report show. We got to make the acknowledgement. And I'm doing this because this just makes it even funnier, right? Because we're talking about sweeping now. We got to go with, our award. We give it to a select few people out here. But someone got the award this time around for his play last night. And it really coincides with John's sweep proclamation. So shout out to the NBK Player of the Night. That's right. Jimmy Butler.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is.
42 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. Congratulations. You are the NBK Player of the Night. Guy never said die. He got away with a push-off and a foul, but in fairness to him, he's knocking down the shots. He hit a crazy shot to get the game into overtime. Then he took care of business in the overtime. He killed them in the fourth quarter. Jimmy Butler is a monster out there. But as John said, we can probably do a better job at isolating him and locking him into a spot and trying to let the rest of those guys beat us, because we don't feel confident that the rest of those guys can do it. So I'm with you on that. But kudos to Mr. Jimmy Butler for doing the damn thing. He's a monster. Look at him. I'm scared of him right now. Look at that face. Woo.
Give him all the flowers. Give him all the flowers right now, because
this is me giving you the flowers in this series, because you won't get it in the next one.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, Ramon.
There you go.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about.
There you go. All right, Jimmy, you got your flowers. Take that and enjoy it. All right, shout out to the chat one last time. Salute to Mr. Dripmore. Appreciate you, the barber, preferred of still Knick fans and the Knick community. Salute to you, my brother. Yeah, guys, we wanted to just get this show out of the way and give you something to talk about with regards to the NBA and the Knicks going forward. But it would be remiss if we didn't realize tonight is NFL draft night. We know some people into football and they want to watch that. So we want to get people out of here and allow them. Yeah. I don't even know what's going on. I can't find the mute button. Well, we don't pick it till 23, so we're good right now. I think it's 23 or 26 from now. We got a long time to go, so we all right.
So what we taking first?
Anyway,
taking running back first.
I think we're going with a cornerback. Yeah, it's either going to be a cornerback or offensive lineman.
Okay, I don't know enough, so I'll lean on you for that.
I'm out there in the streets. I got my ear to the streets, John.
I hear that.
Anyway, what's your final words, my brother?
Sweep! New York Knicks sweep! Let's go!
Yo,
We
this
all
guy.
won. I'm jumping off the ledge. Anyone ready to come with me? Come with me. Let's go. Knicks in 4. We're taking that first game on Sunday. I'm buying Ron a broom. I might buy a few other brooms to hand off to people in the city. I'll tell you, I'm on one. All right, let's go. Looking forward to the next one. Stay blessed out there. Love y'all. I'm out of here.
This guy. Wow.
Hold
3
on.
years
I'm about
doing
to
this.
drop the
I've never
mic.
seen him
I'm
like
about
this.
to drop the mic.
I've never seen him like this. It's crazy. Anyway, you guys smash that like button if you haven't done so already. Please show some love for NBK, the fam, and still Knick fans, man. We try to give you guys some entertainment as well as some information. So please smash that like button. Show the algorithm that we're here and we're doing something. But yeah, as I always say, tell a friend who tells a friend who tells another friend. Still Knick fans, we'll be back again, whether it be on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. for the NBA report on NBK or Saturdays, yours truly, with Know the Ledge, where I try to talk Knick fans off the ledge, but I'm so happy and we're so happy there's no reason to jump. We're good, although John is jumping.
We jumping. We jumping for the opposite
Okay, I guess
side.
we all jumping, right? We all gonna have
Let's
to see
go.
how this ledge works on Saturdays. I don't know if it can hold all of us. Or check us out on Monday nights at 9 p.m. for SKF Weekly with your man Ron and my brother John. Okay, man, this has been great, fantastic, fun show, really crazy, John. Unbelievable, man. Shout out to Al Guerra in the chat. This is my first time seeing you in the chat, so thank you for tuning in, supporting and representing for NBK as well as still Knick fans. We thank you. DJ Space Ghost said, you got me, John, jumping with you. There we go.
Let's
That's
go.
it. Yes.
Let's go.
This is crazy, man. Listen, guys, if you're feeling a little sweepy out there, blame John, man, because it's like it's festering. It's starting to spread to people. It's a movement now. Watch out. All right, guys. Well, this has been a great show. Shout out to y'all. If y'all have any NFL teams that you root for, hopefully they do great tonight in this draft. Shout out to my New York Giants. Shout out to the Jets. And definitely shout out to our New York Knicks and all the other teams that are in the playoffs that you guys may be fans of. Shout out to y'all if your team is still here and rocking, and hopefully they have a good run. But we'll catch you on the next one. It's been real. It's been great. Let's go Knicks. We out of here. Run that Run that.